No fewer than 60 persons have been confirmed dead when a boat conveying about 90 passengers capsized at a community called Gozawa in Malale Area Ward or Borogu local government area of Niger State. Director General of the Niger State Emergency Management Agency, Abdullahi Baba Ara, who confirmed the incident in a statement, said 90 passengers, including women and children. According to the statement, the boat took off from a community called Tugan Sule in Shagunu Ward, heading to Duga for a condolence visit. Ara said that the incident occurred on September 2nd at about 11:30 a.m. and the cause was attributed to overloading and collision with a tree stump. As of the time of this report, 31 dead bodies have been recovered and buried, and 50 persons have been rescued alive. While search and rescue operations are still ongoing for the possible recovery of missing persons. Elsewhere, Governor Dayo Lawal of Zamfara State says that banditry will become history in his state if he had control over the security outfits in the country. Governor Lawal said he is aware of the movement of every bandit kickpin operating in the state. He emphasized that the security chiefs in the state only take orders from Abuja, lamenting that, quote, "We have dozens of tracking facilities which we have fixed across the state just to help security in tracking the bandits." Rise News analyst Dayo is now here to consider the import of this hefty pledge or commitment from the governor of Zamfara State. Mr. Sobowale, it's good to have you with us.
Good afternoon.
All right. Indeed. So, is this a political statement, or the governor possesses security expertise we don't know about?
Well, it is both a political statement and a very revealing one. Very revealing. He said there that he has a list, literally, of those tormenting them in terms of insecurity, but that he won't do anything about it. I find that very questionable, very questionable. But the president himself has answered what he has said, because in the last 2 days, the governor of Kaduna was there on state police. The president gave assurance he will do it. And yesterday, the governors of the Northeast were there, and they gave the same flag. So it's high time this was done. It's high time this thing is put on the ground. And you see, what the governor of Zamfara said, I said, was quite revealing. It shows that there is some lackadaisical attitude, if not outright connivance and collusion by people in high places who have more knowledge than they reveal on our insecurity. So something must be at stake there for the situation to be like that. Government should look into that before going on board and letting us have state police. Which, with the revelations we get over time on the road to having state police, I doubt if it will ever materialize. Because some may assert that it is being state managed, that there is connivance, collusion in high places. Let's leave it at that for now.
Right. All right. You think that intelligence gathering, should be the core modus operandi when it comes to sharing information between state authorities and, of course, the federal units who are ensattled with the security enforcement, as it were. But like you said, something is amiss here. Yeah. That's what we would expect. And there's more gravity to what he said, not just in Zamfara State, but beyond, you think?
That's right. You see, some scholars have highlighted poverty, illiteracy, and unemployment as the causes of insecurity, especially in the north. But you see, some have even identified state and traditional ruler collusion, our complicity in making this thing fester. Some time ago, I narrated a story of a governor going to the bush to negotiate with these bandits and all that, and pledging that all the bandits, giving guarantee that if certain things are done, They will allow the farmers to return to their farms and the traders to go to the market. That's ceding authority, I said that. Get me? So there's a lot of politics around the insecurity, a lot of politics. But I hope it is not dragged on to a stage where the state itself fails to provide security. Because that's the essence of government. A government that cannot secure its environment, secure the safety of life and property, and cede the authority to those fighting it, is conceding that if those people win eventually, they become the de facto government. I don't wish for that to happen. But the way we are treating insecurity, I doubt if you not run into some muddy waters. I always cite Trump. See what Trump is doing on crime. He's sending troops. It's never happened before in America. To Washington. Washington people who are clamoring, they are there. And the crime statistics have dropped. So he's threatening California now, going to Illinois, going to Chicago. You see, a government must provide security of life and property. I think our president has done enough meeting with these hotspots of insecurity. And like he said, he should go to the National Assembly and secure something appropriate that can terminate the menace of insurgency, banditry, and kidnapping. We have a more stable environment. We can prosper as a nation. So that has to be taken care of as urgently as possible.
Indeed, Mr. Sobowale. In hindsight, if we delve into the historical perspective of how this emerged and where we are today, can we separate banditry and political thuggery? If you remember in those days, and I'm not sure, maybe that's still part of why we're, where we are with this issue now, when allegedly some of those aspiring to public office allegedly also armed these bandits, or rather political thugs, and at the end of the electioneering period, they were not able to, take these guns away from them, and of course they will find other pastimes to engage in, and that is probably why we're still having these issues as well. Not only in the north, but in other parts of the country.
Yes, it's an hydra-headed monster situation. You see, our politics has become very commercialized, very monetized. It's those who have money who get there. And so they can use that money to secure themselves. And they can use that money to buy power. Some have said they give money to politicians, or politicians use money to buy power, literally. Somewhere else they call it power grab. The power grab is with money. But you see, the politicians, the political class, can always protect themselves and can maneuver elections in such a way that they always get re-elected. But it is the poor masses that suffer. Something needs to be done. And if I will speak for the masses will not even care what they do with their money. As long as they secure environment so that ordinary people can go about their lives, spend a living for themselves, and look after their families. You see, that's why I say at times they make democracy look as ineffective or incompatible with security. It is a very bad situation. And that's why I said the government can take an extra step. The ultimate example we look to for democracy is America. And Trump is going out of his way to secure, although that is politicized too,
I was going
because
to say
he's
that.
going to but you see the threat, the statistics, like you said, the statistics are there, that the crime rate has ballooned. And we have the statistics here that people are dying. Even the governor that spoke said he goes there to cry when people die. And so, whereas he has a list of those who have perpetrated it, and it's not releasing those to the appropriate security agents to combat them. And he's weeping at the funeral of these people. No, those are crocodile tears. And you can see, yesterday, they noticed, the governors, they went to the president, gave the same pledge. We are not treating it with the speed. I must say seriously, with the speed with which we should put on ground the solution, which government itself has admitted, is state policing. So the sooner we act on it, the better.
Like you said, it's hydra-headed problems. Yeah. And even if you look at from the security perspective as well, we've been hearing reports that, okay, fine, when the soldiers or those heading towards, or the military are heading towards a particular, crime-infested area, and they have what it takes to actually take care of it. At the end of the day, they're being called back when they're within sight of their target. Yes. Don't just go in there and, just deviate and patrol elsewhere. We've heard scenarios like that. Yeah, so when you see things like that.
Bureaucracy festering insecurity. Bureaucracy festering insecurity. It is not to the advantage of anybody, and it leads to the loss of lives and property. So government must hasten whatever it wants to do on the matter and deal with these people. You see, religious undertones are there, political undertones. Even the president said that when they consider everything, they will look at a politically neutral solution. Where will they ever get a politically neutral solution? But the buck stops on his table. The buck stops on the president's table. He should act very fast. Because they say that life has no duplicate.
Indeed.
Those who are killed are killed. And it does not speak well of any government that cannot take care of the life and property of its people.
As you said, if you were to look at what we have on ground in terms of the security network itself, you often wonder, why not just take the fight, and end this once and for all? So what's that will? I remember even the previous administration was always been lambasted with criticism for not doing enough, despite part of being one of their core campaign promises.
And in addition to what you have observed, I have noticed that you have security conferences going on.
Indeed,
that's an extravagant digression. You don't need such conferences. It's not the time to terrorize. It's the time to take action. It's time to put the strategies you have amassed for the training of our generals, of our commodores and all that. Let us put it on the ground, practically. This is the de facto action now, not a matter of terrorizing. It's time to terrorize. And we need to modernize our technologies. Yes. Drones are the ultimate now. You saw what China paraded the other day. Drones are drones especially will be useful in our area. Because the drone, once you know the target, the drone delivers. It doesn't negotiate with anybody. So the sooner we hasten our reaction, and I don't mean how I'm not in government. It's the government now. The federal government should act as soon as possible.
Indeed.
Should act. It is in its own interest to act as soon as possible. But political instability is a precursor to chaos and anarchy. And I don't want that to happen in our vicinity.
Hopefully not. Mr. Dayo Sobowale, a Rise analyst, would like to thank you for your thoughts on those issues. Always a pleasure to have you with us.